Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. We are gonna go over some lunch pro-metabolic ideas today. I have 3 different lunches planned and all of them aim to balance out carbs, protein, and fat. Again, these are just examples. Everybody has different caloric needs and different macros needs. There's a few different ways to figure out what your specific needs are, and one of them is to start by tracking. So I use the MyFitnessPal app, and what I did before I started eating this way, this pro-metabolic way, I tracked for a week straight of all the food I was consuming, because in my head I ate really clean, I ate really healthy, right? And so I started tracking everything I was eating, and I was eating a ton, but it was primarily a lot of vegetables, you know, green smoothies and salads and lots of empty calories or low caloric foods. And I noticed that I was only eating about 16 to 1800 calories a day. And now I shoot for at least 2200 calories a day and upwards of 2400 calories a day. That's specific to what my body needs, and I know my proper macros now. So once you have your baseline, write it down. See exactly what you've been eating and how much you've been eating previously, right? Do it for at least 3 days in 1 week. 3 days is plenty of time to gauge, okay, how much am I actually eating? But do it with complete honesty. Don't try to buff the numbers or eat better that day or whatever you may think. Just be completely 100% honest and just track it, just for your frame of reference, right? To get a baseline of this is what I was eating and this is my new goal. So even if that means black coffee for breakfast, a spoonful of almond butter, a salad for lunch, and then you binge everything in sight at night. Track it all. Try not to fluff it up. Just be honest. Once you have that, then you have your baseline, and then you can compare it to your next step. So how do you find out your macros? Go to this website and type in all your data. It'll be like your age, your weight, your height, things like that. And then it'll give you your rough caloric intake of what you need. If you scroll down, then it'll show your average macros for maintenance, for bulking, and for cutting. This is your bare minimum. I like to concentrate on the maintenance side of things. For example, my maintenance would be around 2200 calories a day, but my goal that I shoot for is 2400 calories a day, because I know 2200 is my bare minimum that my body needs to thrive. And then it'll show you your different macros. That means your fat, your protein, and your carbs. Carbs is usually on the highest side, and then protein, and then fat being the lowest. So all of these meals that I'm gonna go over today are balanced for what my macro needs and caloric needs are. Again, I aim for 2400 calories a day. My macros are typically around 250 grams of carbs, 120 to 130 grams of protein, and about 65 grams of fat per day. I aim for about 50% carbs and 25% fat, 25% protein. So let's get into it.
We're gonna start out super simple with just a turkey sandwich. I use sourdough bread, and here's the mayo and mustard I like to use. This is the turkey I like to use. I get it from Trader Joe's. It's organic and it's my favorite. I usually use about 3 to 4 slices and then top with some romaine and of course pickles. I couldn't get the jar open, so I asked Jacob to help me and he made a complete mess.
My blood.
Are you serious?
The bread was literally soaked in pickle juice. So I started over on that side, not a big deal. Anyway, okay, I sliced my pickles up, add some Kerrygold cheese, and you can add whatever you want to this. Tomatoes, pickles, no pickles, whatever you want. And that is it. Let's make tacos. I'm making homemade cassava flour tortillas, and how you do it is you add 1 cup cassava flour, half a cup water, 2 tablespoons melted butter, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and then 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Mix it all up until it forms a dough, and then you're gonna divide it into small balls. It makes about 4 to 5 tortillas. Line each side with parchment paper and roll it out. Then fold over the parchment paper, put it flat on a hot skillet, and let it cook for about a minute or so each side. Next, we're gonna make a mango salsa. So I start by chopping up some mango, red onion, half of an avocado, and then 1 small jalapeno. Add some fresh cilantro, salt, and lime, and you are good to go. I like to cook my shrimp in a little bit of coconut oil, salt, and lime. That's it. It takes about 30 seconds each side for them to cook. Now it's time to assemble. I lay out the tortillas and put about 3 shrimp per tortilla, and then top with the mango salsa and whatever else you'd like to top with, be it hot sauce or whatever. And that is it. Now we're gonna make homemade chicken meatballs. I start by cutting up a shallot and cooking it in butter with some garlic. I add my ground chicken to a bowl and cut some fresh sage from my garden, and then chop it up nice and fine and add it to the mixture. Add the cooked shallot and garlic mixture and half a cup of organic breadcrumbs. From here on out, I really eyeballed it, so I added red pepper flakes, Parmesan cheese, salt, and some garlic powder. Mix that all up, and then it'll form about a dozen meatballs. Pop them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. While the meatballs cook, you can make this really simple salad. It's just fresh cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, red onion, all mixed in with a little bit of olive oil, garlic powder, oregano, pepper, sea salt, and some fresh lemon juice. I always cook my white rice in organic bone broth and soak it in water overnight the night before. These meatballs are great for a meal prep so you can eat them throughout the week. Enjoy!
So those are 3 pro-metabolic lunch ideas, just examples. There's a lot of variation that you can do within them, going from super easy, like quick on the go, like that sandwich, to more involved lunches as well, but definitely things that you can make ahead of time and then just pull out the leftovers and put it together for lunch real quick. Hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and like the video and comment what you want to see more of, or if you have any questions. And don't forget to subscribe because I post a video every single week. Bye!